Hi, I'm Shalana Dawson, and this is the story of my side project, Spiral Betty. I have long been interested in spirals in art history. This is Spiral Jetty by Robert Smithson in the Great Salt Lake in Utah, done in 1970. And this is by Claude Milan. It's an engraving done in the mid-1600s. And if we zoom in, you'll see as actually a one-line spiral. He was doing this probably by candlelight, I have no idea. And the thinness and thickness of the line creates the image. It's just so incredible. So I was so inspired by this that I tried it myself in Illustrator. And you can see I also gave up and did not finish it. And years later, I thought, I wonder if I could do that programmatically. So I created the site Spiral Betty in 2018. And you can go to it on your phones right now if you'd like. And I'm going to show it what it would look like on your phone, which is something like this. And what you do is you click on the big circle and you find an image. And this image is of my grandmother, and she's pretty much the face of Spiral Betty. And you can zoom in and zoom out and move it around. And when you like the way it looks, you can click on the check mark or outside the image. And I think everything needs like a little bit of magic. So I have an unnecessary spiral in of that spiral canvas animation. So there you go. So now you have a bunch of different color options that you can choose from and just play around with that. And you can do less rings or more rings and play with the image contrast or lightness if you'd like. And that's pretty much what I launched with in 2018. Over time, I've added more features. So for instance, the swap the background and foreground color, extend to the edges of the square, and some other modes that are definitely distant second and third to the spiral filter. So there is line mode. It's not as loved, I get it. You can do less or more, and you can change the angle as well. And dot mode is the one I had the most fun with and no one uses, but that's okay. And you can also, this is where I had fun. I did like other shapes, let's have a good time. And I love this in inverse as well. And you can change the size of them too. You can play around with that. And so those are the other filters. But we're going back to spiral mode. And it started to go viral in, I think, the summer of 2019. And what people were doing was choosing this third swatch, and it's a color in mode. So you would download it, and then you would print it off, and then color it in. So it'd end up looking like just the black and white version, basically. And I'm like, how are people even finding Spiral Betty? I do not understand this. And what they were doing were people were creating how-tos on TikTok. So if you do a search for Spiral Betty, you will find lots and lots and lots of videos. You can see a couple up here. This is doing the color in mode. And there's also Spiral Betty wallpaper designs for your phone or iPad, and you can see them here. And then like my favorite one, my personal today favorite, I think, is this like one in a planet. Is kind of a cool way to put it on your screen. Another one that happened that I was like, I did not know this was going to happen, is that Cricut users or Silhouette users decided to take that download and then cut it into vinyl. And because it's a spiral, it comes off in one pull, basically. Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah. I had no idea that was going to happen, but kudos to them. It's awesome. I bought a Cricut machine because of it, and yeah. And there have also been Spiral Betty disc golf dies, and even Spiral Betty tattoos. So, yeah. And just to give you a peek behind the curtain, this is some stats from 2022, January and February of that year. And you can see I just didn't quite hit 2 million unique visits in a day, but just almost there. And I haven't quite hit that number again, but that's okay. Okay, so the tech behind that can be a problem. This is pretty much a front-end web app, so it's just a static site that's hosted, but Netlify, it was on Netlify, and I got my first $100 bill back, and I'm like, I gotta switch, and that was luckily before this happened. I switched over to AWS and GitHub Actions. I also switched to plausible hosting for my analytics, mostly because I hate those GDPR, like cookie consent things. I can't stand them, so I didn't want to do that. And this is like the last 12 months, and you can see there have been other viral peaks over that time. Not quite where it was, but that's totally cool, like I said. And then, like for instance, today, we are at a little bit less than 5K for the day. And I think that's awesome. I love that. That's so cool. And you can see that it has been, used and loved by the whole world pretty much. And it's so inspiring to see so many people take this silly little app I created and use so many different creative uses for it. I had no idea that was going to happen. And if you love silly little apps, you can go to Shalana.com and see other silly little side projects I've done. And I hope this inspires you to create something just for fun and see where it takes you. Thank you.